Number 61 in 88 films Italian range and just released is The Doll of Satan. Never heard of this one before. In fact, I haven't come across the director before, I don't think. And this movie is a really interesting mix between giallo and of gothic horror. Two subgenres that I really do enjoy, and seeing them together in this movie was rather fun, as it kind of breaks the constraints from both of those genres. So we have the main character of Elizabeth, who's returned home to a castle that has been left to her after her uncle has passed away. He's the only relative that she has, being an orphan, and within this castle there are several people that have been related to the events of the castle or to the uncle, and they all have varying opinions. The one that kind of carries the most weight is from the governess, who claims that the uncle wanted to sell this castle and didn't want Elizabeth to be tied down, to go enjoy the money and live her life. But there seems to be a few facts missing from that case, and it just kind of leads into the real crux of the story. Should she sell it? Should she not? And what exactly is going on at this spooky castle? I really liked it. You know, it melds these two subgenres really well. We've got a black-gloved killer. We have gothic, spooky, supernatural moments that happen within the movie. It has a lot going on, and I really like the character of Elizabeth. You know, she was a nice character. She was someone who just turns up to kind of deal with her inheritance and gets drawn into something much, much grander. And one of the weird things about it, and it's not spoiling the movie, is the fact that there's a lot of gaslighting going on here. And it doesn't pretend about it. It's unlike other gaslighting movies I've seen. They tell you straight away what the bad people so explain their plan before they're doing it, so you know what's going on. But even throughout knowing, there are certain moments that you're not sure are fevered dreams, nightmarish elements, or something that she is really living through. And I kind of like that idea that was going on here. It's not 100% clear on what is real, what is fantasy, and what is gaslighting. And I liked how these kind of melded together to create this wonderful psychological horror that Elizabeth is going through living here. We get enough characters that make the movie really populate and jump with wonderful people. I like them, whether it be the gardener, the fiancé, the governess, the neighbour who wants to buy the property. Everybody just kind of comes together with their own personalities and what they're after individually, and creates a wonderful tale which is really well shot. I love how you jump into the story straight away. There's no preamble. We just get a dinner party as they're talking about the crux of the plot, the story that's going to happen. I even loved the unveiling at the end of the movie, the reveal of who the killer is and their motivations, which we already know when you're watching the movie. And it's an almost Scooby-Doo-esque ending. My particularly favourite endings in these kind of giallo movies, with a literal mask being tore off to reveal who would have got away with it if it wasn't from those darn kids. I really did love that kind of ending. And there's very few moments in this movie that reminded me of other giallos that I have seen, or other Italian movies that I have seen. The Seven Deaths in a Cat's Eye particularly is a strong motif throughout some elements within this movie. There's also some Mario Bava influences coming through in this one as well, that I really did like. It feels like something that's not ripping off but more homaging, or maybe even influencing, because it was late 60s itself before a lot of movies similar to this came out in the 70s, and it feels as though it has a little bit more to it, it being one of the first ones to it. The Doll of Satan was really a lot of fun, one that I would highly recommend, one of my favourite of the recent Italian collection, and one I suggest picking up. As always, there is some videos up here that you can click if you want to check out more of my content. If you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up. And if you want, you can support me by joining Patreon or joining the membership program on this channel. I appreciate all the support that you have. Thank you for watching. and I'll see you next time on Mad V Film.